Asuka, the energetic and strong mother. Yamato, the younger brother who's always in his own little world. Follow us as we karate kick all your daily frustrations away. Asuka's revenge.
I'm Misaki. I'm in my 40s now. When I was in my 20s, I did something really dumb and I still regret it to this day. So when I was 20, I met this girl named Katomi.
Oh, Masaki!
We were both in college at the time and we met in the cafeteria one day. I was reading this comic book. It was called Aska. It wasn't very famous though. Not many people knew about it. But then...
Hey there, you like Asuka too? So do I. It's not that famous yet, but it's one of the best comic books out there.
Katomi started talking to me. Oh, cool. Have you read his other books? They're pretty good too.
Really? I didn't know about that.
You want me to lend you some?
Really? That would be great, thank you.
I was your typical nerd. I was horrible with girls. I didn't even have that many friends. I spent most of my time on internet forums, so I wasn't used to this. I fell in love with Katomi right away. She's so cute! And surprisingly, we got along pretty well. Then...
Masaki, you're so nice. Will you be my boyfriend?
What? Sure, I'd love that! She asked me out! Can you believe it? She was the first girlfriend I've ever had. Life was good. Things were finally looking up for me. But then...
Masaki, I finished reading these. I loved it. Thanks.
Sure thing. If you want to borrow the other books, just ask. I started taking her for granted. I was such an idiot. And another thing. My guy friends at the time, they were all nerds just like me, and we had this pact. Only idiots spend money on women! And at the time, that's how I really felt. I'm not sure about the other guys, but I'm pretty sure they felt the same way. We were such pathetic losers. I'm never spending money on women! And I kept my word. So whenever Katomi said something like,
Hey, you know that new cafe that just opened up? You want to go there and grab a coffee or something?
I said, sure, but only if you're buying. I was such a jerk. I'm so embarrassed. Ugh. But this was nothing compared to the other things I did. A few months later, something happened that would eventually lead to our breakup. Katomi's birthday was coming up. So one day, hey, I'm gonna take you to a fancy restaurant for your birthday. Wear something nice, okay? I said to her.
Really? Sounds great. I've never been to a fancy restaurant before, so I can't wait.
Look at her smile. She's so cute. I liked her a lot, but I still didn't feel like spending any money on her. I was such an idiot. Then on her birthday, she showed up wearing a really nice dress. But instead of telling her how good she looked, I just laughed in her face. What are you wearing? I was only kidding around. You thought I was serious? How dumb are you? You take things way too seriously. I mean, it's still a special day, so I wore my best outfit too, but these are the best clothes I have. Pretty neat, right? I mean, it's nothing compared to your outfit, but looks like you're going to a wedding or something. Katomi didn't say anything. She looked really embarrassed, but I just kept going. I don't know what was wrong with me back then. It wasn't just about the pact I made with my friends. I was just a jerk, I guess. What the hell is wrong with me? Why did I do that to her? No wonder she hates me now. Then, after I got tired of making fun of her for wearing a fancy dress, I took her to a cheap diner. I was such a jerk. Here we are, the best restaurant in the city. They had a special birthday dish, so we ordered that.
I'm not hungry.
Why not? You feeling okay? I know. Let me sing you a birthday song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Katomi. Then the food came out. But the birthday dish, it was a dish for kids. So the waiters came out and started singing happy birthday for her. It must have been really embarrassing. The waiters were laughing. You hear that? They wish you happy birthday, Katomi!
Screw you.
She finally snapped, but the waiters were singing right behind me, so I couldn't hear her. What was that? I didn't catch that. Come on, let's eat! But hey, I forgot my wallet, so can you pay for me? She didn't say much after that. Then a few hours after I got home, she sent me a text. What? Is this serious? What did I do? Looking back at it, I'm surprised our relationship lasted this long in the first place, but back then, I honestly thought she'd forgive me. I tried talking to her, but she started ignoring me, and she started avoiding me at school. She wanted nothing to do with me anymore. I started to panic. This is bad. This is really bad. Crap, crap, crap! What? I didn't want my friends to know, so whatever. Screw her! She's just doing this to get attention. I don't have time for this. Screw her! She'll come crawling back to me. She'll be begging me to take her back in no time. You just watch. I was such an idiot. Needless to say, Katomi did not come back to me. I still ran into her at school, but her friends didn't let me go anywhere near her. And she hung out with the popular kids, so I didn't even know how to talk to them. There was nothing I could do. Katomi! I know I was acting like a jerk, but I love you! Please come back to me! She's the one that asked me out! She must still love me! I know it! I was such an idiot. Just give her some more time. I'm sure she'll come back to me. Just be patient. But a few months later, she started going out with a different guy.
Yuta, hold up. I made you lunch.
Wow, really? Thank you. You shouldn't have. Thanks, Katomi. Dinner's on me tonight.
Really? Thanks.
Whoa, what? Hold on. No! This can't be happening! I was pissed. The one day I waited for her outside the classroom and... Screw you, bitch! You're a slut! I'm gonna tell all my friends, too! Then I ran off like a coward, got on my scooter, and went up to the mountains. Ah! Why did I say that? Katomi!
Hi, I'm Kotami. Yes, of course I remember what happened. Masaki, he was the worst boyfriend ever. After we broke up, he basically stalked me. Then he called me a slut. Can you believe it? And on my way home from that birthday dinner, I couldn't stop crying. Masaki is a terrible human being. I hope I never see him again.
After that, I never spoke to her again. And now, I was a 40-year-old guy with nothing to live for. And on my 40th birthday, I ran into Katomi in the city. No way!
Mommy, wait! Come on, honey.
She was with her family. She looked really happy. They were at the pet store looking at puppies. The guy? He kind of looked like the guy she started dating after breaking up with me, but I couldn't really tell. I walked right next to her, hoping she'd notice, but she didn't even see me. Why did I do that to her? I'm such an idiot! That could have been me standing next to them. Maybe I would have had a loving family. Ugh. Who am I kidding? After that, I went into a cafe and started reading a comic book by myself. I felt pretty pathetic, but hey, who knows? Maybe Katomi will see me and come talk to me again.
It's me, Aska. This is a story about something that happened to me and my husband a few years ago. Hope you enjoy. Growing up, both of our parents didn't get along. They were constantly fighting and they didn't even try to hide it from their kids. They were one of those toxic parents. So when Ryota and I decided to get married...
Let's never fight!
Agreed, let's always put our kids first and never raise our voices in front of them. And let's always listen to each other. We made a promise to each other. I was all grown up now, but I still remember how I felt when my parents were fighting. Whenever I saw people fighting on TV, it made me feel uncomfortable.
Asuka, you alright?
Yeah, thanks. Ryota and I argued from time to time, sure, but we always try to talk things through like we promised. And every time we had a little fight, we apologized immediately and made up.
Asuka, sorry about earlier.
I'm sorry too. This method worked well for us. Having an opinion is a good thing, but you don't always get your way, and we both understood that. Sometimes it's more important to listen. Anyways, we had a great marriage.
I love you, Asuka!
I love you too, Ryota. But her parents, they didn't seem to appreciate this. Probably because their marriage was falling apart from day one.
Ryota,
I don't like Aska. My parents talked behind Ryota, and his parents did the same to me. Were they trying to make us fight or something? It sure looked like it. Why can't they just leave us alone?
I know, right? It's so annoying.
They had a miserable marriage, so they're probably just jealous. They can't stand to see us so happy.
I know.
But Ryota and I both agreed that this wasn't worth our time, so we tried to ignore it. We were hoping this would make them stop, but we were wrong. Things actually got worse. I was talking to Aska the other day, and she said she should have married someone with a better job. And my mom would say to me,
I was talking to Ryota the other day and he said you were useless.
they were trying to turn us against each other. They have way too much time on their hands. Get a life. We weren't that dumb, so we never took them seriously. But they just wouldn't stop. It was getting really annoying. A few months later, we finally snapped. I can't take this anymore! So we came up with this plan to get back at them. We're basically going to do the same thing to them, but opposite. So I started calling my mother-in-law almost every day, telling her things like, "Hey, I was talking to your husband the other day, and even though you guys were constantly fighting, he said he appreciates everything you've done for him." What? He said he wants to apologize, but he just doesn't know how you know. You know how men are. My dad was just like that, so I know. Needless to say, I made it all up. Then I called my father-in-law and said, "I know you're always fighting with your wife, but when you're not around, she speaks very highly of you." Oh, and she also said that she wants you to take her out on a date or something. Lies, lies, lies. How do I keep coming up with these? I didn't know I was a good liar. And Ryota did the same to my parents.
Hey! I was talking with your husband the other day and...
If they find out that we're lying, so be it. They're the ones that started it, so...
Yeah, they got nothing on us!
And so we kept going. Interestingly enough, things between our parents started to get awkward.
Hey, give me some tea, please.
Huh? Oh, right, okay. Before all this, they were constantly fighting. That was the norm. But now they didn't even know what to say to each other. Look at them, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Then things between Ryota's parents started to change. For instance, my father-in-law started asking his wife to join him on his daily walks.
I'm going out for a walk. Wanna join me?
What? He's never done this before, so she was surprised at first. Asuka was telling me the truth. This must be his way of telling me that he loves me. So she said yes and joined him. My father-in-law was pleased.
Asuka was right. She loves me.
It worked like a charm. Nice weather.
Yeah.
They started talking more often after that. A few months later, they found out that everything we said to them was a lie, but by the time they didn't even care anymore.
We're not even mad anymore.
Not only that, they started to feel remorse for trying to turn us against each other. We have to apologize to them. So one day, they called us to their house and apologized to us.
We're sorry. Dad. Mom. I forgive you.
Ryota started crying from joy. I was really happy for him. I'm glad your parents made up. Good for them. But on the other hand, my parents weren't doing so well.
I think Ryota's lying. I don't trust him.
Things weren't going as planned. This isn't going to be easy. But then, when I told Ryota's parents that we did the same thing to my parents, the thing is, we did the same exact thing to my parents. His dad offered to help us.
Don't worry. We'll help you out.
Yeah, we got you. So now they were on our side. So they came up with this plan. Why don't we tell them that it's hip to be in love these days? Not sure what she meant by that, but it'll be really easy. We'll just show them how close we are now. Then we'll tell them that it's perfectly normal for old couples to be in love like these days. So basically, they were trying to tell them, get with the times.
Then we'll tell them how much our lives have improved. That'll show them.
Good idea. I'll talk to her mom, you talk to her dad. Ryota and I decided to help with their plan. I told my dad how much my mom appreciates him and vice versa. I don't think they believed us, but we kept at it. This is a lot of work.
Yeah, but it'll be worth it.
Then one day, my parents invited us to their home.
Hey, can we talk?
You right there. I thought her plan worked, but when I got there, they seemed kind of upset. They weren't even looking at each other. Oh, I guess it didn't work. It worked on Ryota's parents, so I was hoping it would work on them, but it's over. I give up. I was devastated, but then
Asuka, Ryota, we're sorry about everything.
my mom apologized to me. Huh?
He'd never say that about me. This is a lie.
They didn't believe us. Then my dad said to my mom.
I heard what you said about me. Is it true?
Then they realized that we were the ones behind this.
They can't get away with this!
At first, they got mad, but then
When we saw Ryota's parents, we kinda got jealous. I guess we cared about each other all along.
so they started talking and they both agreed that it was time for a change. Dad, Mom, I was so happy to hear that. I started crying from joy.
Asuka, you okay?
Why are you crying?
To which Ryota said,
Growing up, she hated seeing you guys fight, and I think she's just happy that you two made up. I went through the same exact thing with my parents, so I know how it feels. I had no idea. I'm sorry.
Asuka, we're so sorry.
They both apologized to me. I was so happy. Dad, Mom, I love you both. So why did they seem upset when we got there? Well,
Oh, we're on good terms now, but it's kind of embarrassing and a bit awkward. We just need some more time to get used to this.
my mom told me a few days later. Makes sense, I guess. After that, our parents became good friends. They even started going on vacations together. It was like a double date.
I guess people can change after all.
Yeah, I know, right? I never thought I'd see the day. So yeah, our plan worked like a charm. And so our parents were happier than ever. It was good to see them like this. At first, we weren't sure if spreading lies was a good idea. We worried our plan might backfire on us, but great job! Just glad everything worked out. I'm Kotoko. My mom's name was Kotomi. This here's my grandma on my dad's side. She spoiled me. She was kind of obsessed with me.
Kotoko, hey honey, you want some cookies?
Grandma, I'm not a little kid anymore. I'm in 4th grade now, okay? Stop talking to me like that.
Oh, sorry, but you're still my cute little granddaughter.
She was really nice to me and everything, but honestly, I didn't like her very much. Why? Well, because she was really mean to my mom. Whenever we went to her house, she treated her like a servant.
Kotomi, clean the dishes now!
She made her do everything around the house. Sometimes she didn't even cook for her. She must be hungry. And whenever we went over to her house, I heard her neighbors talking.
Did you hear? She fell on the stairs the other day, but her daughter-in-law, she didn't even try to help her. Yeah, I heard. And apparently she makes her eat salty food. She's an old woman now. Her daughter should take better care of her.
Needless to say, these were all lies. They had no idea what they were talking about. Mom would never do that to her. I hated her neighbors. They annoyed me. This is all Grandma's fault. She's the one spreading the rumors. I hate her. I couldn't stand her, to be honest. And she said things like this to her relatives as well. So a lot of people in her family thought my mom was this terrible person. Why do they even believe her? I actually tried telling them that these were all lies, but nobody really listened to me.
You're just trying to defend her because she's your mother.
They didn't believe a word I said, though. It was really frustrating. Then one day, we had a family gathering at Grandma's house. I didn't want to go, but I didn't have much of a choice. Then when we got there, Grandma said to my mom,
Hey, cook dinner for everyone. I'm putting you in charge.
there were about 20 people there, so it wasn't going to be easy. Okay. Mom didn't even try to talk back to her. She just said okay and got to work. But cooking for 20 people was a lot of work, so I decided to help her. Then the others headed out to the cemetery to pay their respects to their ancestors. I wanted to stay behind and help my mom, but...
Kotomi, you don't have to stay here. Go with your father. I'll go pay my respects later.
Oh, but... I wanted to stay behind with her, but...
Come on, Kotoko.
Grandma pulled me away from her.
Kotomi, get back to work. Dinner's better be ready by the time we get back.
Yes, ma'am. Have fun, Kotoko. Then on our way to the cemetery, Grandma started spreading all kinds of false rumors about my mom.
She's a horrible woman. She never comes to pay her respects. She is so rude. I can't stand her.
What? But you're the one that told her to stay behind.
And she's a horrible cook. She's been cooking for me for many years now, but she hasn't improved one bit.
That's not true. She's an amazing chef.
and she never looks after her daughter. I basically raised her myself.
What? Seriously? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. She was getting out of control. But the others,
I know. So sorry to hear that.
they all believed her. She's such a liar. She always talking behind her back. It's so annoying. I couldn't take it anymore. It was time to take action. Stop it, Grandma!
What's wrong, dear? You want to go to the bathroom or something?
Everyone looked at me. They all looked surprised, but I didn't care. Look, Grandma! Stop talking about my mom like that! And stop making things up! Why do you hate her so much? Stop it! Grandma started to panic. I guess she didn't see this coming. She wanted to come pay her respects too, but you're the one that told her to stay behind. I heard you! You told her to cook for everyone. That's why she couldn't come with us. And another thing, she's an amazing chef and you know it. Whenever she cooks for you, you always finish everything. You love her cooking. And to be honest, I think she's way better than you. You're a horrible chef, Grandma. And another thing, you didn't raise me. My mom did. You come by every now and then and give me cookies and stuff, but that's about it. I don't think that counts as raising me, so stop making things up, Grandma. Stop talking about my mom like this. I'm serious. My mom deserves better.
Kotoko.
I came this close to crying. Then I ran towards my dad. Grandma tried to stop me, but I just ignored her. I didn't feel like talking to her anymore. The other women started talking. Not sure if they believed what I said, but whatever. Then when we got back home, they started complimenting my mom's cooking.
Wow, this is really good. Kotami, sorry about all this. We should have helped. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I had no idea.
They all started apologizing to her. It's okay. Thanks, though. My mom didn't seem to mind. She was such a good person. And Grandma, she didn't say a word during dinner. She just sat there by herself eating her food. What's the matter with her? Whatever. I wanted to enjoy my dinner, so I decided to stop thinking about her. And my dad, he looked really upset too. He was a great dad. He took great care of us at home and he always told us how much he loved us, but whenever Grandma said mean things about my mom, he didn't say anything. But after I exposed her in front of everyone, the other relatives told him that he had to stand up for her from now on.
I'm sorry! It won't happen again!
I saw him apologizing to the others after dinner. Then after dinner, he came up to us and said,
I'm so sorry! I should have stood up for you. Kotoko opened my eyes today. I'm really sorry, guys!
He apologized to both of us.
Don't worry about it. It's not like we did anything wrong, so keep your head up.
My mom said to him with a big smile. My mom was a great person. She never talked behind people's backs, and she was always smiling and full of energy. I loved her so much, but on the other hand, Grandma was so full of hate. She was a grumpy old woman who always complained about everything. I hated her. Anyways, after that, we still went over to her house for family gatherings and stuff.
Kotoko, welcome.
She still spoiled me and stuff, but she no longer ordered my mom around like before. And whenever she tried, my dad stood up for her. And the neighbors, they stopped believing my grandma.
Your mom is such a nice person. Yeah, Kotoko, and you look just like her. You two are so pretty.
They were all nice to me now. As for my grandma, she was all quiet now. She didn't talk as much anymore. This is much better. It was kind of funny. Then, many years later, I was all grown up now. Mom was in her 40s now, but she still looked great. Love you, Mom.
Love you too, baby.
I had 2 kids of my own now, but I still remember the incident like it was yesterday. I'm really glad I stood up for her. I had a great relationship with my husband and my mother-in-law, but if something like that should ever happen to me, I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm just gonna laugh it off and focus on the important things in life, just like my mom did. Life's too short for all that, so... Anyways, sometimes getting along with in-laws isn't easy, but I learned from the best, so my mom taught me well. She was just a great person, you know? Things got a bit awkward after the incident with Grandma, but eventually my mom ended up becoming great friends with her, so you're the best mom ever. I love you. My name is Kotomi. I'm a 25-year-old office employee. I was invited out by my boyfriend Yuta, who's 2 years older than me, to go to a weekend getaway. I was ecstatic. I want to go. I'm so excited.
I know a nice place.
He recommended a hotel, so we knew where we were going immediately. He made the reservation, so I was going to be on driving duty. This is the right way?
It's the right way. It's inside the mountain, and it's super beautiful. And I've been here before. Don't worry.
The area that we were headed didn't have many things around it, so I was starting to get a little worried. Once we got there, just like Yuta had said, there was a hotel with a beautiful view. Wow, it's so full of nature. I can feel myself being purified. This is so great. The outdoor hot springs that were facing the mountains and nature were also great. It's so delicious. The food was great, and honestly, I really couldn't believe that I was able to have this kind of wonderful experience at all. I had nothing but respect and admiration for my lovely boyfriend. Thank you so much for bringing me out here. We spent a wonderful night drinking at the beautiful hotel, and we passed out immediately. The next day, we were eating breakfast when suddenly, morning buffets are the best! This egg is seriously amazing.
How much would you pay to stay here for a night?
So I said, I've never stayed at a hotel this nice with any of my friends, so I don't really know the market price, but there's an outdoor bath and it's got delicious food. I was thinking about all the other hotels that I was staying at when, I think even on the cheaper end, it's at least $200 for each person, I told him. For some reason, he was smirking the whole time. By the way, I was driving and paying for the highway fees and gas while he covered the hotel costs, so I felt it would be rude to ask him the real price. We were getting close to checkout, so I was putting things away when I noticed that my boyfriend pulled something out and was writing something onto a piece of paper. "What are you doing?" I asked curiously.
This hotel lets the customers decide how much they think they deserve for the stay.
My boyfriend's paper had a price written on it, and the reason that we thought they deserved that much money... Wait, hang on! He had written $10. The reason? Because this was appropriate for this hotel. That's too rude!
Why? This is what I felt, so why does it matter?
Why? The hot springs were great and the view was amazing. You even said the quality was just great too.
But I just felt like it was only great if I paid $10.
What? We had a wonderful full-course meal and you ate it all up like there was no tomorrow. I was so shocked and I started feeling a little angry towards him, so I started chewing him out. You need to rewrite that. I feel horrible submitting that.
But they're the ones that advertise we should pay what we think they deserve.
He looked at me like he was puzzled and confused why I would be so upset. And I'm saying that's way too cheap.
No. If they're going to struggle with someone paying that little, then they wouldn't offer that kind of plan in the first place.
He said, like he was completely correct. I could feel myself immediately falling out of love with him. He went to the front desk to check out.
Here's the money.
He gave a single $10 bill with the paper. Afterwards, "This is just my portion of the stay." I was going to give the $200, but then, "It's really okay." She wouldn't accept my money. But it was such a wonderful hotel. I was pushing the money onto them, trying to make them take it, but, "It's really okay. If you liked it, please come by again." She smiled at me and didn't take the money. The whole way home, we were both silent. He must have been upset by what I had done. I'm seriously over this shit. Then we broke up as he was leaving. He said something before he left that still pisses me off.
I'm sure you're just going to live through life losing money and missing out on the nice things. You should learn to live smarter.
I'm so glad that I could see who you really were sooner rather than later. I'm so glad I figured out the kind of guy he was before sleeping with him. I'm so glad we just knocked out last night. I told a few of my friends about this, but... If he's paying, you probably went too far. I think the hotel will be taking customers like that into consideration, though.
You just want to look good in front of the hotel, right?
Some people were against me. However, I didn't care if they had anticipated it or not. I just didn't want them to think that I was like them. I just didn't want them to think that I was like him. I really do think that the hotel has great value, and most of my friends... That's horrible. I'm so glad you broke up with him because you'd be doing the same crap forever. They agreed with me.
I mean, I kind of think that you should take advantage of it, no? Some people were actually on his side.
You were the one that covered the driving, highway, and gas costs, right? And you only paid $10? That's a little unfair. Right? You ended up paying more than he did.
That's true. Afterwards, I took my friends to the hotel that agreed with my decision to break up with him over this. It's right over here.
Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I can feel myself healing.
We were all having a great time in the outdoor bath with all four of us and enjoying the food. Yeah, I don't think I would ever pay $10 for this. Your boyfriend has some nerve.
Yeah, just this meal alone is probably at least worth $40.
Yeah, and the rooms are amazing too. The outdoor baths are something else. Right? We all had a great time enjoying our meals in the room.
We should go take a bath again.
My friends invited me out, so we were all headed to the hot springs when... What? Yuta? I saw my ex Yuta with his presumed new girlfriend.
You were here too, huh? It's a great hotel, isn't it? It really makes you want to almost live here.
Then maybe you should pay them for their services. I was upset thinking about the fact that he was going to pay $10 for all these great services again. I ignored him and went to the baths with the girls, but I was way too upset about everything. The next day, I talked to my friends. I've never stayed at a hotel that costed over $100 a night, but this place was incredible, so I think I'll pay $150.
Right, I agree. It's a fair price.
There were 3 hot springs and it was great.
The breakfast buffet was amazing too.
So we all agreed that we would each be paying about $150. We headed to the front and noticed him fighting and arguing with his ex-girlfriend. Apparently the woman slapped him across the face, and looking closer, he was on the ground with his face red. Huh? Why was he getting slapped? As I headed closer to the front, I noticed that the woman kept saying,
I'm so embarrassed. You're the worst. I don't want to go out with a terrible man like you. You're disgusting.
Huh? Wait, hang on. The hotel has that kind of plan, so why does it matter?
You're seriously embarrassing me. No, please don't let me together with this man. I really do have common courtesy.
The female just continued to say that it was impossible for her to continue dating him, and everyone was just watching and smirking at him on the ground. He was in a little ball. Ma'am, I can check you out over here. I was called over to a different window to check out Zoe. Thank you for the food. It was wonderful.
I love the hot springs as well. I love the service you provided. We'll be back for sure.
Thank you so much. We had so much fun. We each paid out $150 to the front desk and headed out.
You're so embarrassing, you disgusting, stingy man.
I heard the woman yelling, so I glanced over at Yuta to see him turning blue and looking over at me, so I felt a little better about myself. I'm Kotami. After dating him for 3 years, my boyfriend Makoto asked me to marry him.
Will you marry me?
I loved him very much, so I said yes. Let's not throw a wedding. It costs way too much money. I'd rather spend that on our honeymoon.
Yeah, I agree.
We didn't really care about throwing a wedding, and we were both really busy with work, so... No wedding meant we could spend more money on our honeymoon, so that was kind of nice. Then, your house is big enough for the 2 of us, right? Makoto's place is pretty big, so instead of getting a new place, I just moved in with him. Oh, Makoto, she's beautiful. You're lucky to have her. It's so nice to meet you, dear. Same here. My mother-in-law was really nice. I had everything I wanted. But then one day, everything changed. Kotami, help me out with housework. What's wrong with you? Huh? My mother-in-law, she started being really mean to me. I thought she was nice, but apparently that was just an act. I'm throwing these out. She started coming over to her house using the spare key she got from my husband. Then she started throwing out my stuff without even asking me. She was out of control. What is all this crap? You don't need all these luxury items. I'm throwing these out. But why? Those aren't even that expensive, and if you throw them out, I'm gonna have to get a new one. She was invading my privacy, but she didn't even care. Then she started going through my stuff. I didn't know what to do about her. This is getting out of control. And sometimes she did the laundry for us. But the thing is, she only washed Makoto's clothes. Sometimes she washed my stuff too, but she usually left it in the machine after it was done. And sometimes she even threw out my underwear. You shouldn't be wearing underwear like that. Act your age. I didn't even know what to say to her at this point. I had no idea she was like this. I don't know how much more of this I can take. I was devastated. Oh, and that wasn't all. Ugh, what is this? Sometimes she cooked for us. That was nice and all, but she was a terrible cook. Everything she made tasted horrible. You grew up eating this? My husband was used to it, but I couldn't eat any of it.
Actually, not really. We usually ate out, and when we ate at home, she usually got stuff from the deli, so she was working full-time when I was a kid, so I guess she didn't have time to cook. And I moved out soon after Dad left, so I never really noticed.
Ah, I see. So that's why. His parents got a divorce a few years ago. I guess she never really cooked for him. Makes sense. But then, why start now? I wish she would just get stuff from the deli. Maybe she was just trying to help, but she wasn't helping at all. I appreciate the thought, but it just tastes so bad. And she's wasting a lot of food. I knew I had to do something about her. So I said to Makoto, Makoto, I need you to talk to her. She's wasting food. She's out of control.
But she's only trying to help.
Well, she isn't. And you know she's a horrible cook. You haven't touched her food.
Oh,
And she's always using her stuff from her fridge. If she wants to cook, tell her to buy her own ingredients. And another thing, she's always coming in here without our permission. She even comes to my room. Why does she have the spare key anyways? I asked him, but he just said,
I don't know. When I was living on my own, she always came by and cleaned the house and stuff, so it's always been like this. I don't know what else to tell you.
My husband wasn't helping at all. But she comes here every single day. I can't take this anymore. You have to do something. She can't just come in here like that. This is our house. Do something.
Okay, relax.
Don't tell me to relax. I wanted Makoto to step in, but he didn't do anything. I don't know what to do anymore. Then a few weeks later, I went to the city office to get a certificate of residence, but then I discovered the shocking truth. What? It says here I'm still single. Legally, Makoto and I weren't married. I couldn't believe it. What the hell is going on? This makes no sense. I definitely signed the marriage application form, that's for sure. Okay then, but I asked Makoto to hand them in. That means the marriage application form. Did you hand them in or not? I headed straight home and asked Makoto what the hell was going on.
Well, the thing is...
What is it? Spill it, now. According to Makoto, when he told his mom about the marriage, she's not pregnant yet, right? What if she can't have kids or something? I'm gonna hold on to these until she gets pregnant. Then she took it away from him. What? Are you for real right now? I couldn't believe it. And how is Makoto okay with this? He never told me about this. This can't be. I didn't even know what to think anymore. But then it hit me. Hold on, this is a good thing. Yeah, I think everything's gonna be all right. I think I dodged a bullet here. So I headed straight back to the city office. I had to act fast. I gotta head out again. I might be late tonight. Bye.
Oh, okay.
Here you go. I handed in the request for non-acceptance of notification of marriage. All right, I'm all set. The next day, I took paid leave and packed all my stuff in the morning. Makoto's mom always came by around lunch, so I had to hurry. Please get these boxes out of here ASAP.
Okay.
I gotta hurry before she gets here. Then, a few hours later, I was free at last. This feels nice. I no longer have to deal with them. It is such a relief. She was such a terrible chef. And what kind of person throws out other people's stuff without even asking them? Whatever, I don't have to worry about them anymore. Woohoo! And Makoto, he was nice and all, but he's such a mama's boy. I need a man in my life. I'm just so glad it's over. Yay! Needless to say, Makoto's mom flipped out. What the hell is going on? When she found out I was gone, she came over to my parents' house and started yelling like a crazy person. And Makoto,
Katomi, please come back.
he begged me to take him back. It was pathetic. Technically, I was never married to him thanks to his mom, but she said to me, "You can't just leave like this, we're family!" Was she serious? I honestly didn't know what to say to her. Then, before I could say anything, my mom stepped in and said, "You're joking me, right? You're the one that caused all of this. You realize that, don't you? What is wrong with you, seriously? Get the hell out of here. People like you make me sick." Who do you think you are, anyways? What gives you the right to interfere with their lives like that? You did the right thing leaving them, Kotomi. Yeah, but But what, huh? That shut her up, thank goodness. I think our neighbors heard that. That's kind of embarrassing. But they didn't seem to mind. I think they were kind of enjoying this. Kotomi, you're back. We heard about what happened. Yeah, you made the right call, dear. They all love to gossip and stuff. You know how it is with old women.
Kotomi, please come back. It won't happen again. I promise.
Makoto kept following me around for a few weeks. It was getting out of control, so I told him I was going to go to the cops if he didn't stop. He finally gave up after that. Thank goodness. Phew. A few months later, one of my friends told me she was getting married, so I told her, "You should hand in the marriage application yourself, just in case." I know this kind of thing didn't happen every day, but you never know, so I'm just so glad they're out of my life. If we were legally married, things would have been much more complicated, so good thing she held onto that marriage application. Anyways, glad everything worked out.
I'm Kotomi. I got married to my husband Keisuke 2 years ago. We were both in our late 20s. We both work full-time and we didn't have kids yet. It's so nice today. We had a pretty good marriage, but then one day, something unexpected happened. It was a Sunday. Keisuke was working in the garage and he hurt his finger.
Ouch!
You okay? I ran over and checked his wound. He was hurt pretty bad.
Can you patch me up?
So I got the first aid kit and put on some gloves, but then...
What's that?
What do you mean, the gloves? For some reason, he really got upset that I put on these gloves.
You think I'm dirty or something?
He yelled at me. What? No, not at all, I said to him. But you're bleeding a lot, so I don't want to get your blood on my hands. But that only made things worse.
What's that supposed to mean? You got some kind of weird disease or something?
That wasn't it at all. Keisuke was in great shape, but I learned somewhere that it's better to wear gloves when giving someone first aid. And I also didn't want to infect his wounds with my hands. That's why I put on the gloves, but I guess he didn't like that. Well, let's get you patched up, okay? Keisuke was still mad, but he was bleeding out, so I grabbed some bandages and patched him up. I think that'll do it. But then, things between us got kinda awkward after that. He's still mad at me? I had no idea why he was so angry with me. Just give him some time. I'm sure he'll get over it. I didn't think much of it, but then a few weeks later...
Look, I know it's been weeks, but I'm still not over it. I'm actually leaning towards divorce.
He said to me. I don't even know what to say, but it looks like his mind was made up.
I think we need some time apart. I'm gonna go live with my friend for a while.
Then he got his stuff and left. Seriously? So just like that, Keisuke left me. What do I do? What did I do? Seriously, I'm so confused. And if he comes back and apologizes to me, do I forgive him? Or should I just apologize to him and put this thing behind us? I didn't know what to do. But why should I apologize? I did nothing wrong. Honestly, I thought he was overreacting. This makes no sense. I mean, divorce? Come on. After much thought, I made up my mind.
I want a divorce!
If he wants a divorce, so be it. But then, what if he apologizes to me? Then what? Then I got a call from his mother. She was just calling to check in on me. I probably shouldn't tell her about this just yet, so I kept quiet. Then a few minutes later, I got a text from Keisuke.
Let's talk over dinner tonight.
Wasn't expecting that, but why go out? I didn't feel like going out, so I said, why don't we just eat at home? But then he just texted me the name of the restaurant. Ugh, so annoying. I was pretty annoyed, but a few hours later, I headed out and met him at the restaurant. So we started talking.
I talked to my friend, and he said it was perfectly normal for people to wear gloves when giving first aid. But still, it hurt, you know?
Oh, okay.
I know you didn't mean to upset me, but you still hurt my feelings.
What was his point? I was starting to get annoyed, so I said, "So, what do you want to do about it?" I asked him.
I think we need some time apart. I think I should move out.
At this point, I honestly didn't care anymore. I don't have time for this. Fine, go ahead. I didn't even try to stop him. I'll be just fine without him. I lost all feelings for him. A few days later, he came back to the house to get his stuff. He told me where he was moving to.
This is the address, so not sure when I'll be back though.
Then he left. Whatever. To be honest, I didn't really want him to come back. Like I said, I had already lost all feelings for him, so I honestly didn't care. Then a few weeks later, I realized that I wanted a divorce. Where did it all go wrong? I just got tired of it all. I didn't have time to deal with his nonsense. Maybe I should have tried to talk to him more. Then maybe he would have understood why I put on those gloves. But still, why did he get so upset? When he raised his voice at me, I was really surprised and shocked, but I still apologized to him, even though I did nothing wrong. But Keisuke, he didn't apologize to me once. All he cared about was himself.
We need some time apart.
He was so self-centered, and I just couldn't let that go. Then, about a month later, Keisuke came back. Huh? When I got home from work, he was on the couch watching TV. "You're back? You could have called." I didn't even know what to say. Then he said to me,
Hey, this base is pretty clean. I thought it would be a mess. Good job.
"What? Excuse me?" I felt like smacking him across the face. Who does he think he is? I didn't have time for this, so I just said to him, "Well, I was thinking about getting a divorce, so I wanted to keep the house clean before I left." Keisuke seemed confused. He didn't see this coming.
Wait, what? You're joking, right?
Seriously? Does it look like I'm joking? Keisuke started to panic.
But hold on. I thought we put this behind us. It's been more than a month. I mean, come on. Just let it go.
I didn't even know what to say to him. "I don't think so. I don't want to be with you anymore." Then I handed him the divorce papers. Keisuke was stunned. He ripped it apart and threw it on the floor. "Hey, you're the one that started this. You're the one that said you were leaning towards divorce." There was just no talking to him.
Ah! I wasn't serious. I was only kidding.
This was going nowhere. "I don't care. I'm done." So I got my stuff and moved out. But then the divorce proceedings took forever. We were right in the middle of the pandemic, and apparently a lot of couples getting a divorce. And Keisuke, he only made things more difficult.
I'm not getting a divorce!
He tried to fight this every step of the way. But it wasn't because he still loved me. He just didn't want others to know that he was a divorcee. He always made fun of people who got a divorce, so then more than a year later, we finally came to an agreement. That took forever. Our apartment was a rental, and we didn't have much in our mutual account, so there wasn't much to fight over. If there was, this would have taken much longer. So now that this was all behind me, I was ready to move on, but both of our parents were pretty upset about the divorce.
You two got a divorce over this.
They thought we were overreacting. Maybe they were right, but I just lost all feelings for him, so I didn't really have much of a choice, you know? I'm done with him. I didn't feel like wasting my time with him anymore. And I'm still young. It's not too late to start over. So I didn't really care what they thought. Eventually, my parents stopped bothering me about this, but Keisuke's mom, she still had it out for me.
Keisuke didn't do anything wrong. How would you feel if he did the same thing to you? This isn't on him, it's on you.
You're a terrible person. Whatever you say. She wasn't making any sense. It was kind of funny. Then, about 3 months later, I got a call from Keisuke. He was trying to get back with me. I kept saying no, but he kept calling me, so I blocked him and got a new number. I wish I could move right away, but I'm getting transferred soon, so I gotta wait for that first. Keisuke kept begging me to take him back.
Look, I know I messed up. It won't happen again, I promise. Let's start over. I know we can make this work.
But his words meant nothing to me. I was way over him. There was nothing he could say to convince me. I tried to explain this to him again and again. Look, my mind is made up, okay? It took me a year to divorce you. I'm not taking you back. But he just didn't listen. There's nothing you can say to me to change my mind. Nothing. I made myself pretty clear that I wanted nothing to do with him anymore, but he just wouldn't give up.
Don't say that! I'm a changed man now. Please trust me. Please take me back.
There was just no talking to him, so I said to him, "How many times do I have to tell you this? No, I'm never taking you back. Get the hell out of my life." After that, he finally stopped trying. Thank goodness that's over with. Anyways, time to move on with my life. La 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 la.
All right, all done. I'm Yamato. I really like to cook. I started cooking when I was a little kid. I was always following my mom around, asking her to teach me her recipes. Today I cooked for my family every now and then. It was like a hobby of mine.
Yamato, I want to eat omelets today.
What? Ugh, make it yourself. I'm tired.
Oh, come on, Yamato. You make the best omelets ever, please?
Fine, fine.
Yay!
My sister was always asking me to make her stuff too. I could make all kinds of different dishes, but there was one dish I didn't like to make. It was a dish that everyone loved. Potato salad. It was a very simple recipe, but there were millions of different ways to make it. I loved potato salad too, but back when I was in elementary school, I was in the 5th grade, I think.
Okay, class, let's get started.
We were in home ec and the teacher said we were making potato salad that day.
All right, I love potato salad.
I was super excited to get started. But then, something unexpected happened. The teacher gave us potatoes, ham, and parsley. We were in the 5th grade, and a lot of kids in my class knew how to cook already.
Potato salad is easy. Can't wait to get started.
I already knew how to make it, so I didn't really listen to the teacher's instructions. Instead, I just sat there and talked to my friend while the teacher explained things to the class. Then, our group started cooking.
Can I throw in some parsley in there? Sure.
So I chopped up the parsley and threw it in the bowl.
All done. Looks really good. Yay!
After we were done, we showed it to the teacher, but then...
What is this? You put parsley in there?
Huh? Yeah, what's the problem?
Are you serious right now, Parsley? What's wrong with you?
The teacher yelled at us for some reason.
You can't put parsley in potato salad. You can't eat this. What are you gonna do about this?
We didn't know what to say to her. We just stood there in silence, looking confused.
You didn't follow my instructions. Were you guys even listening? I asked you a question. Answer me.
Sorry.
The teacher was in her 50s. She was furious with us. It was really scary. She's yelled at me before, but never like this. To this day, I still don't know why she got so mad. Maybe she hates parsley for some reason? But why? I was just a kid back then, so there wasn't much I could do but to apologize. Whatever. I guess I'll never know. I just kept apologizing to her.
You're unbelievable, and you chopped it up into little pieces. Ugh, I never told you to do that.
Then she said to us,
I'm through with you guys. I don't have time for this. You guys better eat that. I'm not gonna let you waste food.
Then she walked away and went to another table.
What's wrong with this? It tastes fine. Yeah, I thought parsley was edible.
It is. I've had potato salad like this before.
Yeah, same here. My mom always puts parsley in potato salad.
Same.
So we started eating the potato salad. It tasted just fine. But then I started thinking,
Maybe the parsley was fake.
Maybe that's why she got so mad. Ugh, I should have listened to her when she was giving out instructions.
But it tasted like normal parsley. Nothing out of the ordinary.
It's parsley, alright.
This is good.
Yeah, I like it.
The potato salad was pretty good. Nobody seemed to mind. But then, the teacher came back to our table and looked at us in disgust.
What's the matter with you guys? There must be something wrong with your taste buds. There's something terribly wrong with you guys, I'm telling you.
She was still angry with us.
Why is she so mad? I don't understand.
I was really confused, but I didn't know what to say to her, so I just kept quiet. Then she went to the table next to us, grabbed their potato salad, and said to everyone in class,
Well done, guys. Look here, everyone. This is how you make potato salad.
They put the parsley next to the potato salad.
So that's what she had in mind.
I guess, but why does she have to rub it in our faces like this?
She upset everyone in our group.
I guess we messed up. It tastes good, but... Too bad. I thought we did well.
Me too. My mom makes it like this all the time.
Some of them almost started crying. It was hard to watch.
Come on, guys. Don't be so sad. It was really good. We did well.
Then, when we started cleaning up after ourselves,
I wonder what they're gonna do with the parsley.
so I looked over at the other groups. Everyone was throwing them out. They didn't even take a bite. But the teacher didn't seem to care.
What a waste.
Maybe she didn't know that parsley is edible, so she brought it to just make the dish look nice. But if you're going to throw something out, why buy it in the first place? It was such a waste of food. This didn't sit well with me.
Okay, class, get back into your seats. This is stupid.
I should have listened to her when she was giving out instructions. That was my fault. But still, why was she so mad?
You can't eat parsley. What's wrong with you?
I was really confused. I spent hours trying to figure it out, but none of it made sense to me.
I don't get it.
I guess she didn't consider parsley to be real food. It's not something you eat by itself, but it was still food. It felt wrong to throw it out like that. And everyone in my group thought the same thing. That's why we chopped it up and threw it in the bowl, but I guess we shouldn't have done that. A few days later,
Hey, parsley is edible, right?
Yeah, I always eat it at home. My mom always uses parsley.
Same here.
I asked my friends what they thought about all this. They all agreed with me, so that was a relief. That day when I got home, I asked my mom the same question.
Of course, parsley is edible. I put in potato salad all the time.
My mom agreed with me too. I knew she'd say that, but it was still nice to know that she was on my side.
Phew.
But ever since then,
I guess people have different opinions about how to eat parsley.
I was kind of traumatized by the whole thing. After that, whenever I saw parsley on a dish, I remembered the incident back in elementary school. It made me feel uncomfortable.
Parsley,
When I was in high school, I asked my home ec teacher what she thought about parsley.
I don't put in my potato salad, but I put in other things all the time. It's really good. It adds a nice twist to the flavor. I guess you should have been listening to your teacher when she was giving out instructions, but you put it in there because you didn't want to waste food, right? That's a good thing if you ask me. And I've had potato salad with parsley in them. It was really tasty.
When she told me that, it was such a weight off my shoulders. Thank you! I no longer have to worry about parsley! It's all thanks to you! Thank you so much, teacher! I owe you big time.
Okay.
She seemed a bit confused, but I was really grateful for her. All this talk about potato salad. It's making me kinda hungry. I could go for some potato salad right about now. I think I'm gonna make some potato salad for dinner tonight, with extra parsley.
Oh, you're gonna make us dinner too?
No, it's just potato salad.
All right, I love your potato salad. Use lots of parsley, okay?
Sure. So, anyways, that's my story about parsley. I still don't know why my teacher got so upset, but oh well. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, so it's all good, I guess.
Thank you for watching all the way till the end. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time!